I don't know. Anyhow, so now the next step we have to discuss about how we can build the side-to-side VPN based on the some parameters, like based on the phase 1 parameter, based on the phase 2 parameters. So what I have to do that, for that I have to remove this configuration first. So let me go here and I have to delete this. But if I try to delete, it is not going to delete. First, I have to delete the all reference numbers. So I have to click here. And then I have to delete one by one all reference number. Means I have to delete the object group. I have to delete the policy. And also I have to delete the static route. Then only I can delete this particular VPNs. So now if I close it, and you see now I can delete it. And at the same time, you'll see that this PC lost the connectivity. They are stop pinging. So probably you can see this has also become the unreachable. So I'll go another side also, and I'll just go in the VPN and I'll define this again via the custom template. So I'll delete this all because this is the easiest way to do the configuration for the side-to-side VPN. But now you just have to use the brain. Means how the phase 2 parameter is going to define, how the phase 1 parameter is going to define. Definitely, I'll explain it theoretically as well. What is the phase 1 parameter, what is the phase 2 parameter, and how this phase 1, phase 2 is going to make sense for your communication. But let's understand by doing the manual configuration. So I'll just delete this one as well. So one thing we have, that is the underlay connectivity, because we didn't touch this underlay connectivity. If you go again and just try to perform the underlay connectivity, it is going to be there. So you can just verify or probably go here and check. So if I just going to ping my 99.9.9.1, we just have to put execute. So it is pinging. So I have the underlay connectivity. Now I have to build my tunnels step by step. This time I'll go again and create IPsec tunnel and I'll put the side to side VPN. Okay. But this time I have to define manual static route. This time I have to define as a custom, not the automated template. So I click on the custom and this is side to side VPN. I'll click next. See, here we have the lot of parameters. So now here I have to use my all brain. I have to define the encryption method. I have to define my Diffie Hellman group. I have to define the lifetime. This is the phase 2 selector also, phase 2 parameter also. This all I have to define. And also I have to create the policy. I have to create the routing. Okay. So first thing, it is asking which type of version IP you are going to use. So definitely we are going to use IPv4. And it is asking what is my remote gateway IP address. So remote gateway is 99.9.1 and it is the IPv4 address. And so I'll put 99.9.9.1 and which interface it is going to take, that is my port 2. So basically I'll go and use the WAN port 2. Local gateway not required. Mode configuration not, NAT traversal not required. So I'll disable it because we don't have any NAT devices in between. So NAT traversal is not required. Okay. REST parameter DPD like and DPD interval, that is going to be same, not going to be changed. Now it is asking the advanced. What is the authentication method? Pre-shared key or signature? Earlier we defined the pre-shared key only. So that case also we required to put this information and this manual case also required. So I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's done. Then it is asking 𝐼𝐾 version 1 and 𝐼𝐾 version 2. What is 𝐼𝐾 version 2 and what is 𝐼𝐾 version 1? We'll discuss later on. I'll explain all theoretical stuff. What is 𝐼𝐾 version 1 and 𝐼𝐾 version 2? And this again asking which mode you want to use, aggressive mode or main mode. So what is aggressive mode? What is the main mode? We have to understand theoretically as well. Okay. So I'll explain after this whole configuration. Not today, probably tomorrow. Or day after tomorrow. So I'll just add parameter encryption, which encryption I want to use. One encryption because I have the license firewall, so DES, right? So it is asking the authentication SHA, and then it is asking what is the Diffie Hellman group you want to use. So I just want to use 5 Diffie Hellman group. Okay, any number you can choose, or you can choose the multiple as well. Okay, your tunnel lifetime. So this is the phase 1. I'll leave with this value that is going to equivalent to, I believe, 8 hours. So I'll just leave that. I'm not going to define any local ID and all. Now this phase 1 parameter has been done. Now I have to go in the phase 2 parameter. And in this phase 2 parameter, what I have to do, it is going to ask my local subnet. What is my local subnet? That is my 192.168.10.0/24. See, this value automatically populated here. Also, you have to put here your remote subnet. That is a 172.16.10.0/24. Okay, this is my remote subnet. And same time, you have to click on the advanced. And here just required one parameter, that is your encryptions. So encryption, again, I'll use the DES, right? Authentication, I can use the same or you can different. So earlier I used the phase 1 SHA-1. So also I'll use here SHA-1, phase 2 as well. And MD5 also I'll use the same. So you have the encryption, authentication, and you have the defilement. So also I'll explain what is encryption, what is authentication, and what is this defilement is required. And rest thing I'll not touch. I'll click OK. So my phase 1, phase 2 parameter has been created. And right, why error? Let me see if supporting MD5. Yeah, so SHA-1 it is not taking. So I just changed to MD5, okay? For phase 1. Phase 2, you can see phase 2 we are using SHA. So we can leave the SHA or you can change the MD5 as well. So phase 2, it's fine. No problem. So this tunnel has been created. Now what next required? After tunnel, we required create the policy and routing as well. So let me go and create the policy. So policy, basically, I need two policy. Once there is traffic which is going to originate from this LAN. There is traffic which is going to originate from this LAN, and after that it is going via the tunnel. And this is my site to site tunnel. So this is the one side of the policy, and another traffic which is going to means LAN to tunnel. Okay, another is going to site tunnel to LAN. So we require to forward and reverse both policy in my policy section. So how I can do that? I go here, create a policy, and I can create, this is site A to site B policy. This site A, site B policy. Local interface, definitely it is going from LAN, but outgoing interface, it is going to site VPN. This is the most important. Means your tunnel is going to make communication, not this port. So you have to define this policy. In template, it was automatically created. LAN source, you are going to initiate, like we have to create the address group. So right now we don't have, so I can put all in all. But if you have the local source subnet destination, you can put it here. Services also I'll put all. NAT not required. Okay. And all session I'll create. Okay. So my policy has been created. Okay. So one side policy created means site 1 to, let me edit it. Or you can put this is policy for site A to site B policy. Okay. And LAN to site B. Another set of the traffic is going to come from your site B to site A. So your source will be site to site VPN and destination will be your LAN. Okay. So in that, what I'm going to do that, I'll put another policy, and this time this traffic is coming from site to site A. And I'll
there is options we can click on the policy and right click, and there is options reverse policy.
Yes, it is going to get reverse policy. Definitely it is going to get reverse policy. I can do that also.
Okay.
So later on I'll show you in the different firewall. Okay. So this is traffic is going to come from here, and this is going to LAN. Okay. I'll use again LAN means all subnet because we not have the object. So I can use this one. No NAT is required. Now it's done. So I have forward and reverse policy. Site A to site B to site A. Only you see where traffic is originating. Now, go in the routing, go in the network, how the routing is going to happen. So you can see one route by default is created. Probably it is created by the wizard. So let me delete. It's no meaningful for me. So not required, but we require the routing. So we want to go subnet 172.16.10.0/24. This is my subnet. But from where? From this side, I want to go this subnet. From which next hop? That is via the tunnel. So I have to go here and I have to use this tunnel. So this subnet traffic always go via the tunnel. Means we have the one default route, that is the underlay. But if I want to go via this subnet, it is going to tunnel. So only one route is going to require. And another firewall that is going to require for the 192 series of the subnet route. So this firewall job has been done. Now let me move to this firewall. And we have to do a similar configuration here as well. So I will go here. And I'll just go and create. And I'll put the site to site VPN. Okay. Custom. I'll click next. IP address is 89.8.8.1. This is my IP address. This is my IP address. I'll go here. Interface is going to be your WAN. I don't require NAT traversals. Preset key 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is going to be same. I'm not going to touch, but most important, you have to use DS and here MD5 for the phase 1, and the group U is the 5 Diffie Hellman group. So the parameter should be same on both sides. For the phase 1 should be same. Phase 2 should be same. You can use the same parameter for phase 1 and phase 2. There is no problem. Or you can use the different, but one side should match exactly with the another side, whatever parameter I'm going to use. Now here, local subnet we have is 172.16.10.0/24. And remote subnet we have 192.168.10.0/24. I'll click on it. I have to use the encryption. So encryption we use DS and SHA-1, if I'm not wrong. And here used this one. Then I click OK. So now this is also done. Still tunnel is inactive, right? Earlier I missed to show you this tunnel should be green. So earlier it was a green, but I forgot to show you, but I'll show you this time. Okay. So this tunnel is inactive. Now you have to go and define the policy. So here I'll just define site B to site A policy. Site B to site A policy. And now after doing this, I will choose incoming this, outgoing this. I'll make the all because I don't have the object. And here also I'll make all. Okay. I'll click OK. One thing I forgot to click, I need to inspect all the log. Site B. Okay, now if I want to just reverse this policy, so you just have to click here and you just go and clone reverse. Then your policy is going to create it. Now you just have to put the name. So I can put the name. This is my site A to site B policy. Okay. And everything is going to say, make sure this policy is not enabled. So you clone, it is by default not going to enable. So you have to enable from here. But if you're going to create, it is going to enable. So now this policy also created. Okay. Now we have to define the route. How the route is going to happen? Just I'll go in the static. This is not required. So I'll delete it. It was created by template. And I create a new route. And it is going for the which subnet? This 192.168.10.0/24. And this is going via this. Okay. I'll click OK. And now if I go here, let me show you the VPN. Tunnel by default came up. You can see now this tunnel is showing up and up. If you go here, because they just negotiated all the parameter and it's showing up and up. So if you want to see the logs, you can see the event log from here as well, or you can go. So you can say they just exchange the parameters negotiated. So if I just go on the PC and see they start pinging. So earlier it was a ping, like I already started this ping and interesting traffic pass. That's why it's become the reachable and tunnel trigger 2 up. Because after doing the all configuration, it's become the by default reachable and interesting traffic initiated. By default, if you are not going to initiate the interesting traffic, the tunnel is going to be down stage. Okay. So let me show you how it is going to happen. So let me just go here and the VPN tunnel. Edit. Okay. Let me do one thing. Let me here also. Let me stop from here as well. Let me make the tunnel down. IPsec tunnel. Can I do that? Okay, so I have to go in the events, VPNs. There is an option I can make this tunnel down. Or what I can do, I can just suspend these links. Let me suspend either side link. This tunnel must be down. WAN port is down, right? So let me see. WAN port is down. This is side to side tunnel. Okay, so let me bring down this tunnel. Okay. So here I can do the bring down this tunnel. Okay, so now you can see this tunnel is down. And let me, how can I make the down? I'll go in the dashboard. What I've done, and I get the option. I don't know. Okay, so by default, you can see this tunnel is down. Let me make this up. So bring up all page. So it is trying to bring up, but this is not going to be up. There is no traffic. You can see here. Let me go here in the VPN. Let me go here. So this is also showing WAN port down, 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 but technically I need to up this WAN as well. So by default, you see one side a tunnel make down and it's showing down. Even I'm refreshing, you can see this side to side VPN is down. Okay. But once I initiate the traffic, it will become the again up and working. See? So now I ping and you'll see that these are going to become a green. And you see your traffic is going to pass through these VPNs. So now it's proving that your traffic is going to process via the side to side VPN. See, this is also came up. Okay. And you just go here, you'll just go and find the negotiation new logs. And now if I go in the traffic, you can see there is some traffic going from this source to this destination. Earlier I was not able to see. But which policy it is hitting?
VPN policy.
Yeah, so VPN policy it is hitting, and based on that, if you want to check right how the traffic is going, see destination interface, your traffic is going to this destination, but what is the interface? That is a virtual VPN tunnel interface. Your source is this, port is this, right? And based on that, it is going to the destination. Clear? Similar, if I go to another firewall, if you go here, go in the log and report, you can see this is the another traffic. One traffic I am originating from this PC and going to this destination. Again, it is going via the tunnel. This is what I want to show in the earlier case also. And traffic accepted. And for this traffic, you'll see this. This is coming, your interface is coming, source is this VPN and going to this VPN. Make sense? So that means whenever traffic I'm initiating in either of the case, the traffic is going from this and it is going to this, and then finally it is reaching to this. This is your side-to-side VPN. So in here, LAN to side VPN, but same traffic is going to come, then side to LAN. This is how you can do that. Now the next one I'll explain. We have the concept on the route-based VPN versus policy-based VPN. So I'll explain how the policy, this is route-based VPN we configured, both of the same. Means based on the routing we configured the VPN. Now we have to configure policy-based VPN. So I'll explain how the policy-based VPN is going to be configured, and then I'll explain the theoretical things. What is the 𝐼𝐾 version? What is the phase 1 parameter? What is the phase 2 parameters? What is the main mode? What is the aggressive mode? And then this VPN topic is going to be finished, but also we have to access, means we have to give the another lab testing for the remote access VPN. So for that also I'll set up the lab and we'll have the testing for that as well. Okay.
Sir, I have a query.
Yes.
When my traffic is passing through the VPN tunnel, so what if I don't have the license of my firewall? And it will work?
Yes, it will work.
Okay. So without license, then how my traffic will be secure in the tunnel if there is no license between the firewall?
Security, VPN concept is like open source, right? It's not the proprietary. So any device you can create the VPN, they will provide the encryption, data integrity, and data confidentiality, right? So they use the phase 1 and phase 2 parameter for that encryption and decryption. So that's why your traffic is going to be secure.
There is a limited phase 1, phase 2 options like SHA 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if any hacker can do this,
no, they cannot do. This is the VPN traffic. You understand? VPN is going to encrypt your all traffic. Okay. There is another traffic is HTTPS traffic. That is also going to encrypt. This encryption is based on the SSL. This is based on the IPsec. So this traffic also going to process by the internet, but nobody is going to understand. But let's suppose you don't have license and these traffic have some malicious content. Then your firewall is not able to understand. You got my point?
Yes, yes.
Pritam, your question should be that if my firewall doesn't have a license, then what is going to happen on that?
Yes.
तब तुमको ये IPsec क्यों यूज कर रहे हैं उसका क्वेश्चन का आंसर मिल जाएगा.
So basically what we are doing here, IPsec is totally different concept. It's just going to make sure if you have the two branch or might be the remote user sitting somewhere and securely want to access my gateway or internal resource, then the side-to-side VPN or remote access VPN is going to come in a picture. But if you're going on the internet or you're transferring some data, content, for that you want to do the inspection, do you have any kind of malicious content? Do you have any kind of data leak? Do you have any invalid file? Then the firewall license required where we have to apply the intrusion prevention, we have to apply the SSL decryptions, we have to apply the application control, file blocking, other features like virus. Okay, Pritam?
Got it.
Okay, so kal connect karte hain and we'll continue from here. Okay?
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
So is there guide for this, sir?
Sorry?
Is there guide? I mean, like self-help guide for this creating of VPN, sir?
Okay, I'll create for you, Muthu.
Okay, sir. Thank you.